Hello and welcome. We are wrapping up September and our comedies with the last film that we're going to talk about, and I wanted to go a little bit of a different direction with Monkeybone. Now, Monkeybone is a 20th Century Fox film, and there are so many 20th Century Fox comedies that I could have chosen to highlight, especially because Disney is inheriting 20th Century Fox that we know. But I wanted to choose Monkeybone because of how crazy it looks and how many cast members and crew members have a lot of ties to Disney. It's a very wacky film. It's a very hated film, and I thought it would be interesting to discuss. So let's jump right in and talk about Monkeybone. Monkeybone was released in 2001, and it stars Brendan Fraser, Bridget Fonda, Whoopi Goldberg, Chris Kattan, who I really adore as well, Megan Mullally, and Rose McGowan. All of those mentioned actors are really fun comedians for the most part. And the idea of this film is very unique and interesting. You have a cartoonist that ends up having a coma and getting sent into downtown, where he has to struggle to make his way back to his body on Earth before he gets sent off to die. It sounds really interesting, and it is. And I don't think this film is as terrible as it ended up being. There was a lot of problems on set, and they did fire the director, Henry Selick, who we've been talking about a lot. And I feel like the first half of the film is really well done. I enjoyed the animation, I enjoyed a lot of stop motion, the really creative wackiness of it, where this world feeds on nightmares, and the unique avant-garde uses of the animation and the black and white imagery. I really liked that. But then once we hit the second half of the movie, everything basically hits the fan. And that's where things go into a completely different direction that is not really a fun direction. The original comedy was called Darktown, and it was written by Akaja Blackley, and it is a lot deeper. And reading the plot, it's very similar in a lot of ways to Coraline, which Henry Selick also did go on to direct. That is a separate story that was written by Neil Gaiman, which is fantastic, and that movie is really fantastic as well. But I do see a lot of similarities between the two, especially with the underworld. And in the original comic, they had a lot of button eyes, and Coraline's world, everyone has button eyes. So it's very unique and interesting to take a look at, and I feel like this movie, if it was done to the way the comic book was done and was a lot more truer to the original source, it would have been so much better. It has a lot of flaws, which we understand, but I don't think it's as terrible as people say it is. I feel like everyone gets to the breaking point where they hate this movie once we get to this scene. I don't understand fart jokes, I don't think they're funny, and we have an entire minute of this, and it just continues to go downhill from here. So it's still, like, it's not great with the end result. It was not executed properly, but I don't think it's all entirely everyone's fault of why it wasn't executed properly. I think people didn't do the right direction, and there was too many producers going in all these different ways, and it did stray too far from the source material. And because it's PG-13, I think they tried to make it a little bit more appropriate for everyone to see. But I really would love to see Darktown made into a film. Monkeybone as a character isn't really the greatest, and the original cartoon is really strange.
Monkeybone!
Hey, baby! I love your ways.
Oh.
but at the same time, I can't really complain that it's not realistic for it being greenlit because we have cartoons like home movies.
Coach McGurk?
What?
It's already been 45 minutes. We're all stretched.
Whoa. What was I saying?
You weren't saying anything.
Super Jail. Frisky Dingo, which is also, you need to check out Frisky Dingo if you like really weird avant-garde comedy, because I was introduced to the show. It's so obscure, but it's so good. You give it a chance. That's a real breaker, but please go watch Frisky Dingo. It's fantastic.
Awesome X!
Awesome X?
Awesome X! What?
Rumor has it, now that you've defeated all the supervillains, that you and your mercenary robots, the Extagles...
Oh, hey, good big shout out to the Extagles.
But a lot of these shows on Adult Swim are really weird, really out over the place, and yet they're really well done. So I could see Monkeybone as a cartoon being a part of that lineup. So I could see it in reality. If you like to watch a little bit of experimental films, still check it out because, like I said, the first half is really good. It's a really interesting concept, it's a really interesting plot, and they have really fun characters within this and actors. And with that, it's a wrap on September and our comedy films. We are going to now dive into my favorite month of the year, Halloween, in October. So we're going to take a look at all the amazing Halloween films, and that's also why I wanted to add with this movie, because I thought it was a little bit related to Halloween and would be a good starting point for a lot of fun spooktacular reviews. So stay tuned, and as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.